You can't improve anything until you start measuring it. If you really wanted to win something big, the championship game, you need to start winning your seasonal games first. Many people, they don't focus on those seasonal games, they don't focus on the playoff games, but they only focus on winning the championship game. You can't win championship game without doing all other things first, right? All of us overestimate what we can do in 1 year. Hey, in this episode, I wanted to help you on creating your perfect day. I know we all have bigger goals and we wanted to win a bigger championships in our life. And many times I hear people saying that, Vamsi, I wanted to win a big championship. A championship could be winning a Super Bowl, or maybe winning a NBA, or maybe winning a big cricket series. And I smile at them and I tell them, hey, if you really wanted to win something big, the championship game, you need to start winning your seasonal games first. If you win multiple season games, that will help you to get into playoff games. And from playoff games, if you win every single game, you will get an opportunity to be in the final match. Many people, they don't focus on those seasonal games, they don't focus on the playoff games, but they only focus on winning the championship game. I know it sounds completely common sense, but you can't win championship game without doing all other things first, right? The reason I'm bringing this sports analogy here, this is exactly what is happening in your corporate growth. This is exactly what is happening in your personal growth as well. And I wanted to help you understand how you can win every seasonal game and also every playoff game. So that way you will go to the final game and you win that game as well. All right. So without any delay, let's get started. All right. Welcome to one more episode of the Greatness Code podcast. In this episode, we're going to be talking about the perfect day formula. If you apply this, you will get amazing results. And if you share this with your team members, maybe with your family members, and they will get amazing results as well. So before we go into perfect day, I wanted to share a quote. Many people, they overestimate what they do in 1 year and underestimate what they do in 10 years, which is a common sense thing. Many people, all of us, overestimate what we can do in 1 year. And when the new year comes in, they all have the resolutions. I wanted to lose 20 pounds. I wanted to become a vice president. I wanted to start my business. I wanted to go for a hiking tour. Whatever that they overestimate in 1 year, but underestimate in 10 years. And I wanted to simplify that concept. Many people, they overestimate what they can do in 1 month, but they underestimate what they can do in 1 quarter. So in my business, in my personal life, I always go into 90-day cycles and I treat every quarter as a year. That's the reason I grow almost like maybe 4 times more than any of my competition in many levels every single year, because I'm treating every quarter as a year. And I'm going to be talking about how you can do that in a different episode. But for this episode, how can you make those 90 days the perfect 90 days of your entire year? In order to do that, very first step, you need to identify what are the majors that you wanted to focus on in this quarter. Yes, we all have some majors and we all have some minors, and we can't focus on all the things at the same time. So you need to identify what are the majors that I need to be focusing on. Maybe 1, 2, maximum of 3 things, 3 majors per quarter, and prioritize that. This is the step number 1. Identify what are the majors that I am focusing on this particular quarter. Once you complete that, every quarter we have 90 opportunities. That means we can just, try 90 times to become the best version in that quarter. So I wanted to help you on creating what is perfect day looks like with a simple perfect day formula. Now you have your goal for this quarter, and what is something that you are your major for this quarter. For some of you, this major could be your health. For some of you, this measure could be your career growth. For some of you, this measure could be managing your finances. For some of you, this measure could be deepening your relationship with your family, or maybe relationship with your client base. So identify what is that measure. And once you identify what is that measure, you are going to be creating a scorecard. This scorecard is a game changer. This is where all the magic is, And the scorecard consists of like 5 different elements. Every single day, you are going to be giving yourself on scale of 1 to 10 on where you are on that day based on those 5 elements. And let me explain one by one what is that element and how you can measure, and also how you can improve. All right. So the first element in the scorecard, this is a perfect day scorecard. The first element is energy. Without energy, there is nothing else that you can do anything in your life. You might have like $100 million, but if your energy is very low, you can't do anything with that money. And I saw that in many people. I saw like people who are billionaires, their energy is completely drained. I saw people created so many bigger empires, but their energy is so low, they can't do anything if they don't have energy. Everyone agree with this, right? So every day you will be asking yourself, what is something that you can do to improve your energy? And first, before you do that, ask yourself, where am I on scale of 1 to 10 for energy today? 1 being very low, 10 being I'm extremely energetic. I can do anything. I can break the wall. I can go and chase that dream that I'm setting up for this quarter. And once you set that number, ask yourself, what are the things that are contributing towards my energy? I'll share a couple of examples that I'm looking when I rank that. Number 1 is my sleep. Everything starts with a good night's sleep. Many of us, we think like we need to work maybe 20 hours a day. You can work 20 hours a day, maybe once, maybe every couple of weeks, not every single day. You need to prioritize, you need to optimize your sleep. You need to have a ritual and make sure you are giving importance to your sleep. Number 2, your nutrition. What is going in is basically who you are. And if you are not putting some quality food into your body, your results are not going to be that great. So prioritize what's going into your body. And number 3, and what are the activities that are giving you more energy? For me, walking out maybe 60 minutes in the morning before sunrise is a beautiful thing. I go fresh air, whether it's cold outside, whether it's hot outside, doesn't matter. You prepare for that weather and you go out and get that 60-minute walk. For you, maybe it could be lifting weights. Sometimes I go and do some CrossFit. Sometimes, I go for cryotherapy. Sometimes I go for hot sauna. So prioritize what is that something that is going to be giving you more energy. And every night before going to bed, you just put a number there, right? So category number 1 on the scorecard is your energy. Number 2, we all getting paid to solve problems in this world. So the second item you are going to be putting on this, how did I solve problem today? What problems that I solved today, and how do I rate myself on scale of 1 to 10? Whether you are a programmer, you're solving like maybe a big programming challenge, or maybe you're a manager, you're solving maybe a financial problem, or maybe a resource problem, or maybe you're a mom or dad, you're solving something that you are really, really like maybe meant to be solving that day. You ask yourself, what problem that I solved today, and how do I rate myself on scale of 1 to 10 solving this problem? Wherever your focus goes, your energy flows. And one of my mentor, Dan Sullivan, always says about this, your eyes can only see, your ears can only hear what you are looking for. I'm always looking for, how can I solve any problem in my business? What problems today I wanted to solve, so that way I will get some more fulfillment by solving that problem. So we all here on this planet to solve the problems, and you are getting paid to solve the problem. Whether you are a doctor, engineer, coach, lawyer, or an entrepreneur, doesn't matter. We all here to solve the problems, and you are going to be putting on scale of 1 to 10 every single day. What problem that you solve today, and on scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate yourself to solving that problem? Step number 3 on scorecard. The third step is what assets that I created today. I'm not asking about you creating maybe a storage room behind your house. I'm not talking about creating something, a dog house. I'm talking about what digital assets that I created. We are living in a world, we need to create digital assets every single day. The work that I'm doing right now, I'm creating this podcast episode. This is one of my digital assets. And you have to have that on the scorecard and ask yourself, what is something that I created myself for my future? The digital asset that you can put into your digital bank. It could be a piece of content that you created. It could be an interview that you gave it to a podcast, or this could be something that you created on the paper that will help you maybe present maybe a week from now. So number 3, what digital assets that I created today that will help my future? So give that score before going to the bed. And this is step number 3. And step number 4 is, what did I contribute? This is the step many of us ignore, especially if you're busy being busy. You're always looking for what is in it for me, what is in it for me. And number 4 is, what is something that I contributed back? Whether you are a leader, what did I give back today to my community? Whether you are a team manager, what did I give back to my team today? And whether you are a mom or dad, what did I give something back to my kids? Every single day, you need to put something that you contributed back to someone's life. I know maybe some of you, you're not married, you're not working. Maybe you can see, you go to a grocery store, maybe do something, some help for someone, you contributed. Maybe you bought a coffee for somebody and you say thank you to the person who is behind you and say, I'm taking care of your bill. There is somewhere that you can contribute. I know sometimes the small things, you're going to work, on the way, you can stop by and say hello to the security guard who's been standing there all day and say thank you for your service. You are contributing something, you are changing, you're acknowledging them. So every single day, give yourself on a scale of 1 to 10, how would I rate myself towards my contribution? This is the most important thing, and this will give you a lot of fulfillment. Believe me, the step number 4 is one of the things that many people ignore, but please don't ignore. Step number 5. Step number 5 is all about personal growth. Ask yourself every single day, what is something that I learned today? Because every day is an opportunity. Every day is a blessing. And if you are not learning anything that day, maybe you are not utilizing the day efficiently. So by having this last question on your scorecard, what did I learn today? What did I do towards my future self? We all have 2 versions, your current version and your future version that you wanted to become. The question that you can be asking yourself, what did I do today towards my future version? And these things could be you spending 30 minutes on a book that you wanted to read, or maybe 30 minutes on your spirituality, going deeper, understanding more about who you are, or maybe preparing for that interview that you always wanted to give. And the moment you start putting these numbers onto this scorecard, you start noticing. You can't improve anything until you start measuring it. So my recommendation for you, I want all of you listening this, take this scorecard so seriously and start putting these numbers. Number 1, measure your energy. And number 2, measure what problem that you solved that day on scale of 1 to 10. And number 3, what assets that you created that day. And number 4, what contributions that you made. And number 5, how did you grow that day in terms of your personal growth? So if you measure all these 5 things every single day for the next 90 days, you will be creating a remarkable quarter. Couple of good days will make you a good week. A couple of good weeks help you to create a good month. A couple of good months will help you to create a fantastic quarter. And all you need is a couple of good quarters to make that one of the best years of your life. I'm pretty sure this is going to be helping you. And I wanted to hear how you are applying this scorecard. And share this with information with someone also will get benefit from. Maybe you can teach them the best way to retain the knowledge. The best way to keep this is to teaching someone. Maybe you can teach your team members or you can teach your family members. But once you teach it, I think they're going to be appreciating you, and also you will retain this information for a very long time. Let me know how this perfect day formula, the scorecard system, that helped you to create your ultimate goal. All right. Until the next episode, I wanted to say goodbye and talk to you in the next episode. Bye.